Giving you that big Kool-Aid smile, Crevonte. Which flavor you picking?
Red.
Yeah, it's just red. It's the color. No flavor.
Just
No flavor.
red, man. It could be tropical, it could be cherry, it could be short. Just make sure it's red, baby.
Or mix them up like we used to do.
Come on now. You was there.
Yes, sir. And that must mean we're talking about Kool-Aid McKinstry on our draft profiles. Another defensive back, cornerback. Yes, if you're wondering, no, his real name is not Kool-Aid, but his first name really is Quincy. G-A with the hyphen. Yeah, Quincy. So two names put into one, and that name was given. The Kool-Aid name Monica was given since he was a baby by his grandmother, as he was always smiling since birth. So you gotta love those sentimental, heartfelt stories from the draft. You can't be mad at grandmother, right, Crevonte?
Oh no, no, no. I absolutely. And the more important thing is that it sticks. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of like Sauce Gardner, he got it from his coach when he in Little League Pop Warner or whatever, and it sticks. The ones that stick, we won't care where it came from as long as it sticks.
Now, with a lot of these draft profiles and prospects, some of them did not run 40, so we don't have all that information because we know everybody now don't want to work out. But Kool-Aid, it's no smiling on the field. He means business. From Alabama, 5'11 and a half, 32-inch arms, 8.5-inch hands, 199 pounds. And he's basically been a 3-year starter, former 5-star prospect, and he's a well-groomed inside matching outside release press corner. And he's pretty much one of two Crevonte Alabama corners we're going to talk about. I forgot how good their tandem was, defensive back wise. But when you look at Kool-Aid, I know we know the name, but he's big time on the field. And who do you see him compared to a little bit in the NFL today?
I was looking at AJ Terrell from the Falcons as far as like build and coverage skills. It is given a little AJ Terrell.
Now, you watch college football as much as anybody as well. How does Alabama keep doing it at the cornerback position? You think about some of the guys in the league, think about just defensive players. Nick Saban. I mean, he's a former defensive back coach, so you know his corners are usually some of the best in the country.
I think that is in the defense, especially under Coach Nick Saban and other great guys like Bill Belichick, they technique is very, very, very important. And also, he gonna put you on the island. Gonna be put on the island. So one thing you gonna learn as an Alabama corner, you gonna press. You gonna put hands on receivers. You gonna reroute some folks, and you gonna be in the hip pocket, and which means you'll have a lot of opportunities to make plays because you're gonna be on you're going to get SEC competition, SEC wide receivers. These guys are going to the league, so no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And if you can find your way to cover them and cover them effectively on a consistent basis, you'll find yourself in the league too, kind of like Kool-Aid McKinstry.
How do you feel about where he may go? Where do you have him ranked in your cornerback list? And what are some of the strengths and weaknesses people need to pay attention to looking at him and where he could go as well? Possibly, I know we mentioned that run of playoff teams and you always need corners.
Yeah. So cornerback is probably the second most important position on the defense. Corner slash DB, because you can throw the safeties in the mix, but your pass rush needs to be good and your secondary needs to be good. So cornerback is a very, very important position in the league. And also you can look at how much money they make make on their franchise tenders as well to let you know how important they are. But and it's no slight to Kool-Aid, it's just how I see the draft falling. Like I said, it's no eye-opening, top-notch. It's no real Aaron Donalds. It's no really Sauce Gardners. Um, it's no Hutchisons. It's no Watts. That's gonna Chase Young, if you will. So a lot of these top-notch defenders, these top-notch corners, are probably going to go in the mid to late round, similar to, similar to the other guys that we talk about. But he is right up there with Nate Wiggins. Now, he's not the same type as Nate Wiggins, because like I was saying before, he's press man. He's in your grill all day, every day. And I've talked about other guys such as Wiggins, who perfected the off man and the cover three zone. This brother's in your face. So he screams Pittsburgh. Really. Really and truthfully, he screams Pittsburgh, because Alabama, the toughness that they have on the defensive side of the ball, it's Stiller-esque. Now also, same deal, he could be a Raven too. He could be a Raven too. You know what I'm saying? But not now. We haven't broken down the Ravens big board or anything like that. There may be other positions that need, but how important cornerback position, being a Ravens fan. And also, Marlon Humphrey went to the same school, so why not? So some of the things that he's elite at, like we were saying, um he can play. Not that he can't play zone, but he's really comfortable playing hands on and press. Um, he's really, like it's a really skilled bumper run, utilizing great footwork, quickness, and very fluid in hips. I don't think, and people say when we talk about fluid in the hips, that change of direction is out underneath of speed is like 1-2, being able to change direction, because again, you're reading and reacting as a defender, and you talking about SEC wide receivers who are going to the next level and got all the wiggle and the swivel in them. You got to have some swivel and some fluidity in your hips. And I think Kool-Aid McKinstry does that very, very, very well. And also, like you said, physical, very, very physical at the point of attack. I think any defensive coordinator in the league, whether you need cornerback a lot, you can fall in love with this guy.
Any weaknesses about Kool-Aid?
Hmm. Let's see. Let's go down. So it's interesting that we say how physical he is, because he has trouble with physical route runners. So I think AJ, players like AJ Brown will probably give him some problems, but as opposed, he would probably lock up Devontae Smith. You know what I'm saying? But I think AJ Brown will probably give him some more issues. Um, Red zone patience and play recognition. Um, has tendencies to bite on fakes and misdirection and things like that. Just trusting his eyes. And again, I've referenced all the corners that we talked about already. Nate Wiggins has really good eyes, very, very, very good eyes. If there's one thing that I think Nate Wiggins does do better than Kool-Aid, is his I think he trusts his eyes a little bit better. Um, vertical vertical routes, being able to recover and stay on top of that. And as far as finding the ball when it's deep, because like I said, in the first 15 yards, Kool-Aid a man. But if you could somehow get off him and make your way downfield, now if your defensive line is good, Kool-Aid may not have to worry about this aspect of it if the defensive line is good. But if the defensive line is so, or there's a quarterback that can move about, he's susceptible deep. You know what I'm saying? So, but again, we talked about guys not running the 40. I don't think his 40 was 4.2. I'm just throwing it out there. I don't think his 40 was a 4.2. Nate Wiggins, I don't care. You could try to run past him if you want to, but Kool-Aid McKinstry, he's probably more in the 4.5. Maybe early 4.5 range, maybe late 4.4, maybe. But typically, the guys who are more physical are not as quick with the feet, as I was talking about the fluidity in his hips.
We'll see where he goes. I think he's in that list of the 4 or 5 corners. I think there's a run, Crevonte, then you may see some sort of a drop off, but we'll be watching where he goes. The NFL draft is 3 weeks away, Crevonte. Anything else before we get out of here on Kool-Aid?
I promise you, if in the run of corners, he will be in the run. He will not be. He won't be missed. I think he'll be one of. Excuse me. I think he'll be one of the top 3 corners as well.
We'll see how it plays out. The NFL draft, 3 weeks away. We'll be back with more draft profiles right here on the Flex Zone Podcast. Only place Crevonte give you that draft coverage how you want it.
When you need it.
Stay tuned for more draft profiles.